Opening scene, stock footage of a runway, sound of a jet engine, narrator, imagine boarding a flight on a regular afternoon, expecting to be home in just a few hours. That was the reality for the 99 people on Pakistan International Airlines Flight 8303 on May 22, 2020. What should have been a routine 90-minute journey turned into one of Pakistan's worst aviation disasters. But how did a modern Airbus A320, one of the safest aircraft in the world, crash just moments before landing? And more importantly, what really went wrong in those final seconds? Let's break it down. Scene transition, aerial view of Karachi, Pakistan. The flight narrator, Flight 8303 took off from Lahore's Allama Iqbal International Airport, bound for Jinnah International Airport in Karachi. On board were 91 passengers and 8 crew members. This was a short-haul domestic flight, a trip taken by thousands daily. The Airbus A320 had a strong safety record, and the pilots were experienced. But something happened in the final moments before landing, something that would shock the aviation world. Scene, recreation of flight path, radar graphics showing descent, the approach, first attempt narrator. As the aircraft approached runway 25L in Karachi, the pilots were cleared for landing. But here's where things started to go terribly wrong. The landing gear, normally deployed well before touchdown, was still retracted. Instead of a smooth descent, the Airbus scraped the runway belly first, with its engines making direct contact with the asphalt. The pilots, realizing the danger, attempted to go around, an emergency maneuver to abort landing and try again. But the damage was already done. Scene transition, animation of engines scraping the runway, sparks flying, the final moment narrator. With both engines critically damaged, the aircraft climbed back up, but it was already too late. They had lost power. Just moments later, the pilots made a chilling radio call: "We have lost engines." Seconds later, the Airbus plunged into a densely populated neighborhood, just 1,340 meters from the runway. The explosion was catastrophic. Scene, CCTV footage of the crash site, plumes of smoke, the aftermath narrator. The crash claimed the lives of 97 people on board. Miraculously, 2 passengers survived, pulled from the wreckage alive. On the ground, several homes were destroyed, but it could have been much worse. Investigators rushed to find out what exactly caused this disaster. Scene transition, black box image, aviation investigators. What went wrong? Narrator, the official investigation revealed a series of critical errors. 1. Pilot error. The pilots failed to deploy the landing gear, an inexplicable mistake that led to the belly-first impact. 2. Miscommunication. Air traffic control did not alert the pilots that the landing gear was still up. 3. Overconfidence. The captain ignored multiple warnings, including excessive altitude on approach. 4. Overloaded workload. The pilots had been discussing COVID-19 and personal matters in the cockpit instead of focusing on the landing. Scene, stock footage of airline safety procedures. Could this have been prevented? Narrator, the harsh reality. Yes. A proper checklist, better crew coordination, and a warning from air traffic control could have saved dozens of lives. The crash of Flight 8303 serves as a grim reminder that even the smallest errors in aviation can have deadly consequences. Scene transition, image of memorial, flowers, candles, final thought narrator. For the families of the victims, this tragedy is a wound that will never heal. But the aviation world has learned from it, implementing stricter landing protocols and better pilot training programs to ensure this never happens again. Flight 8303 may have crashed, but its lessons will continue to shape the future of air travel.